Hello everyone, it's been a while. It's been a little bit over a month since I went over my thoughts on Dark Knights of Steel issue 1. Now, as you all know, in the Dark Knight of Steel channel, I had to read Dark Knights of Steel. Dark Knight of Steel is a nickname of my favorite superheroes. Batman is Superman. And going into Dark Knights of Steel issue 1, I wasn't sure what to expect. But what do we get? An Elseworlds medieval version of the DC universe. And it just left me surprised at the end, shocked. And it left me curious to see what will happen in issue 2. And I have to say, issue 2 is a wonderful issue. It's the second issue of a 12-issue series, and I hope that this story becomes an animated film someday. Overall, pretty much to summarize it, you still had the origin of Superman, but this time Jor-El and Laura decide to go with him, and instead of landing in like a present day of Smallville or in the past, they land way in the past, like during like the King Arthur times, like just medieval times. And people know that they're aliens and they fear them. Meanwhile, Bruce did have parents who he lost at an early age, so he's literally a Dark Knight. He serves the kingdom of Jor-El and Laura-El. Clark is like his best friend. And at the end, we got to see Jor-El basically say, you're not my biological son, but to me, you're like a son. And then he gets shot in the eye by who they call the Green Man, who we all know is Green Arrow, and they wonderfully portray him as like this Robin Hood figure. In this issue, we get another faction. Other heroes are shown in a different way, and it's another kingdom that wants to wage war on them. There's also a wonderful saying about vengeance and violence, and how that basically incites more violence, and we are the authors of our own destruction. There's a wonderful narration throughout the whole issue. Bruce Wayne is now considered an outsider by Clark. He's like, you're not one of us, you don't know. So again, there's probably going to be some conflict later, but there's definitely that rift of him being an outsider, which isn't too far off from the DC universe. We also get to see some Amazonian action. No, not the action you're thinking of, but for some people, maybe. We find out that Jor-El and Laura had another child, so I guess Kal-El has like a sister who's like this version of Supergirl. She was training with Wonder Woman. We get to see another version of Lois and other DC characters. I won't go fully into detail, but overall, this was a really cool issue. I like seeing more of this world explored and seeing more conflict. It seems like each issue ends with like a death or a shocking moment, and I love that because this is just brutal and dark, yet it leaves it on a cliffhanger where you want to read more. This is going to be a wonderful series if it continues this way, like the first two issues, to get in a trade back. But overall, if you're a DC fan and want to read something different, like an Elseworlds tale, I highly recommend this. This is a nice reinvention of the DC universe, and it's a pretty cool tale so far. I give it about an A and a 5 out of 5 so far. It's hard to tell how it's going to be, but overall, I really enjoyed it. And I know not everybody reads comics or is a DC universe fan. I love DC and Marvel. I just love comics in general, so this is a cool little Elseworlds tale. Have you read Dark Knights of Steel issue 2? Let me know if you have. Tell me what you think of it down in the comments below. In the meantime, you can subscribe for more videos and check out these other videos for more content. May you all stay safe and healthy out there, and may you have a Merry Christmas.